Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wow Wednesday. As you know, I'm your host, Nancy Matthews, one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network. And today we are bringing you your midweek boost of motivation, education, and inspiration. And we're going to be talking about not going it alone. Like too many of us on this entrepreneurial journey think we have to do everything all by ourselves. And Rita Thomas is with us today, and we're going to be talking about how to build a happier, more thriving, profitable business through the power of community. So Rita, I'm glad you're here. I'll bring you on in just a moment. And a couple things I want to do. I want to share some really exciting announcements that are happening inside of our community. And one of those is every quarter, we open up enrollment for a program called Momentum. And that's the time right now. So we're at the end of March. And beginning April 3rd, which is Monday, we're going to hit the ground running, really fulfilling on what we like to call an inspired action plan, so that those goals you set back in January, you're going to get them done. And to support all of you in easily, taking that next step to grow your business, develop what I call the money matrix for a six-figure business, if you want that, you want to go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/course-momentum. And I'll make sure I get that link put in the chat for you. And what you're going to get with that is 9 modules that'll guide you step by step to be able to identify who your ideal clients are. I'm going to sneak in a little bit of ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, which is going to cut down the amount of time and energy you have to spend, as well as developing your offers, your programs, your pricing, and all of that. We do that within a community. So go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/course-momentum. So, and jump in on that one. We're getting ready to kick off a new quarter and a new month. And during the month of April, we've got our gold members mastermind and group coaching call. We've got networking with a twist and a mastermind. So be sure to go directly to our events calendar and see where you can connect with the awesome women who are part of this network. So that's it for our announcements. Now I get to introduce you to one of my favorite people, Rita Thomas, who's wearing a crown.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
It is a pleasure to have you, Rita. And she's wearing a crown because she is known as the Funnel Godmother. Yes, yes, yes. So let me tell you a little bit about Rita, then we'll dive into today's topic. Rita is an entrepreneur, a photographer, and an automation specialist, a speaker and Air Force veteran. So thank you for that, of course. Who's committed to showing entrepreneurs how to make the most of all of their assets. Her passion is for showing entrepreneurs how to automate their business for more success and peace of mind. We need more of that. She shares the systems that saved her sanity and allowed her entrepreneurial dream to come true with other entrepreneurs through training and support of automation systems. Connect, grow, and build. This is where technology and collaboration meets in this beautiful, beautiful space. So find your people, learn the tech you need so that you can scale and grow your business. And today we're going to be talking about, not having to go this alone and building your business through the power of community. So welcome again, my friend.
Thank you. And, since you just mentioned momentum, I have to tell my little momentum story.
It's a big one. It's not a little
big one. So I was and am a professional photographer, and I owned a professional photography business while I had a full-time job and a part-time job for 12 years. And I tried and tried and tried to be able to leave my corporate job. I just had the dream of being an entrepreneur, supporting myself, calling all the shots, right? But as you can imagine, with a full-time job that took the best of me, and my business that took the rest of me, and my family only got the crumbs that were left over, I functioned not very well for about 12 years. And I never could build the revenue in my business up to where I could leave my day job. And two things happened at the same time. I found the automation that I use now to let my business run while I'm not sitting right there at my computer. And I found momentum coaching. And when I found those two things, within 10 months, not even 1 year, I quit my day job and I reversed 12 years of struggle with finding the coaching and momentum, and not just the coaching, the community of other experts. It's full of experts, everyone in their zone of genius, sharing and helping each other with whatever we all needed.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing what you were able to accomplish in such a short period of time. And as I hear you share the two things that happened, one was about, finding the automation systems, and the second, getting the guidance and the community to put those systems into place. Exactly. It reminds me of really the struggle I see so many people going through. And it's not just about going it alone. It's, quite frankly, there's so much information out there. Like, maybe I should try this thing. Maybe I should try that thing. And you never know which is the best for you. And it's got to be the best thing for you too, right? Yeah. So I think that's part of, as we're going to dive right into the power of community. One of the keys is having a trusted group of people who don't have a vested interest in which choice you make, other than you being happy and successful.
That is so true. They're not trying to steer you in a certain direction because they might get some benefit from it. They just truly want the best for you and your business. They want you to thrive. And we all, as a community, I've never seen, first of all, a community of women together that are so selfless as a whole and as individuals. Mm-hmm. And that there's like no arguing, no strife, no drama. And that, I was ready for that. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get into this group. There's probably going to be a certain amount of, things that we have to deal with, but there isn't any, because I'll tell you why. When you have the right community around you, if a person does find the group and is attracted to the group and doesn't vibe with the group, there's no air for them to breathe. The group just don't feel comfortable there, and then they leave. So they move on. And it's really hard to describe.
Well, and one of the things that I know that you've created is kind of so through Women's Prosperity Network and all the other networking you do and groups that you're involved in, you've created kind of another community that focuses on drilling into some of the pieces about, the actual how-tos, nitty-gritty of doing your business, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll even tell you, before I had this idea to do this, I had joined some other communities of other people, and they're all in WPN. Dottie Scott, she does websites and SEO, and I jumped right into hers because she was teaching Canva and all that. Laura Barker teaches us how to find clients on LinkedIn and actually make money from your efforts on LinkedIn. Kathy Wehage, her community she builds business plans. And so she's a business strategist. So every month we get all kinds of great training about being a better business person. And Heshi Siegel has a mastermind that I'm in, and it's more holistic about your business and your life, and all the people in it are from diverse areas and parts of the world. And so we richly learn from each other. So I got to see all those people and how they built their communities, and it made mine better from the very first day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good. And I love that we're having this conversation about community, because somebody may be listening in, and whether it's a decision to join your community, to join Women's Prosperity Network, get into momentum, whatever that is, I think we can sometimes have a false belief. Oh, I'm already in a group. I don't need to join another one.
Oh, good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And each group really should have something specific that you're getting from that group. You can't get everything you need from one group. You shouldn't be able to, because that means the group is not as effective as it could be, I would say. Because
Correct.
the leader of the group has a zone of genius, and that's being imparted to the group and then through the group to the other people in it. And so, of course, my group focuses on the tech and the processes that you need to send out those emails and keep that automation going, pull in new leads, do your free magnet, explaining what all those words mean. And
We'll talk a little bit about
fit into that. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really can. I'm reflecting over how many different groups I'm in. So I lead 3 groups, and I'm also a member of 3 other groups. And I'll just mention this when we're talking about wanting to grow your business. Just for me personally, in the last 30 days, as a result of my relationships with those groups, I have brought in about 150 new contacts into my database, into my field, people that I now can start to develop relationships with. Wow. So, right. So when we're talking about building a better business through community, I want you all to consider that when you show up in community, you want to find ways to build those relationships, both one-on-one conversations, and when you go to networking events, especially online ones these days, you want to have a way to connect with everybody that's on those boxes in the Zoom rooms, because you're not going to get to meet everyone, but a way for them to start to get to know you, like you, and trust you, AKA get them in your funnel so you can build a relationship. Exactly. So that you can automate it and have a simple system to make it easy to nurture and build those relationships. Because I don't know about you, I probably have, I do, I'm looking at them. I have stacks of business cards from pre-pandemic where I was like, oh yeah, I got to get these people into my database and like, yes. Those relationships I have not paid attention to because I didn't have a system for them.
Right.
Yeah, so we want to be able to do that. So let's talk a little bit about some systems and funnels and all of that. So take it away, Funnel Godmother.
All right, good. And so the basis of having this part of your business working correctly is to first bring in new leads, attract people. And so you do that with a free offer, and you design that free offer based on your what you know about your ideal client, what their pain points are, what keeps them up at night, wakes them up at 3 a.m. And you design your free offer around your solution to that, what they want and need. So it'll be so valuable to them that they will click and say, oh, for sure, I have to have that. As soon as they click and say, yes, I want that. It could be an ebook or a PDF, a checklist, a worksheet, a comparison, a do's and don'ts, a myths versus facts, that kind of thing would be your free offer. And they click, they give you their name and email address, then they're coming into your sphere, your world. So they're in your email list. And so then you can engage with them. And that just means sending them valuable information, usually related to the thing that they were interested in the first place. You want to build on that, show your value, give value to them. You almost can't give away too much in telling them what you can do for them and what their life can be like if they move in your direction. You don't want to really tell them the how at this stage, because then they won't need to buy anything from you.
Right. So, and that, can I interject for a moment? So that could look like let's say you have, an ebook or a video that was your free giveaway to encourage them and create exchange. I want to talk about it from this perspective because sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to ask for their email address. Well, it's about exchange. You're giving them your knowledge, your gift, your expertise in exchange for their contact information. So maybe shift the way you're thinking about that.
Exactly.
And then as you continue down the nurture sequence of emails or text that you can build up inside an automation system, it's about continuing to show them what's possible for them. They raise their hand and self-identified that, yeah, that's a problem for me. Or you have, I want what you can teach to make my life or my business better. Then you want to continue to support them in that. And my feeling is when we don't do that nurturing and follow up, we're actually letting them down a little bit.
Yes, Nancy, I learned something very valuable from you because even though I wanted to own my own business, I didn't want to bother people and I was shy about continuing to contact them. And you taught me that if you don't tell them that you have a solution to their problem, then you're leaving them in their pain. So you first found them, you poked them and said, hey, I know you have this pain, and then you're leaving them alone and not continuing to let them know how you can help them. And so that was freeing to me to know that, oh, okay, I do need to tell them what kind of solutions I have. So that I'm not leaving them alone in their pain.
Which is so key. I'm so glad that you got that lesson. And another layer to that is they're obviously seeking some solution. So they're in pain. And, we all know if I want a solution for something, I'm going to look, and then I'm going to look over here. If I don't get it from you, I'm going to look over here. I'm going to look over here. And while there are lots of people and experts filled with integrity out there, there are also lots who aren't.
Yeah, true.
And that's, that's one of the things that breaks our heart is when somebody does come into Momentum and starts working with us and they say, where were you 6 years ago? Where were you a year ago before I spent $10,000 and before I wasted all this time? And it's the same thing with you, Rita. I know that there are too many people out there spinning their wheels trying to figure out how to set up their businesses. And it can feel frustrating and overwhelming. And then they might end up clicking on a link that takes them down a path and they end up spending thousands and thousands of dollars and not getting results. Whereas with you, because the way you support them in getting things implemented and really getting things done is through your expertise, through the systems you've created, and then back to this power of community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have seen that there are too many people that buy a system, an integrated system with the CRM, and they know that they can get benefit from it. They don't know how to use it. They're afraid of it, and they don't even use it, and they pay every month to keep it. And they feel horrible about themselves for doing that on so many levels. And so I just want to reach them and help them.
Well, and I want you to as well, because you, like me, are committed to doing whatever we can. Any know-how or knowledge or expertise that I have or connections, I want to make sure that I share that with the people in my community so they can succeed and have the impact they're here to make.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we do what we do.
Well, that feels so good when you say that.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Time is sure ticking, so I know you have some other things you want to share. So what else do we need to know about setting up these systems to make it easier? How do we really harness the power of community to grow our business, a better business?
Yeah, so I'll even share an example this morning. So, that phrase, it's lonely at the top. It doesn't mean a lot to you as long as you're not the CEO or something like that of a company or but it does. It gets so lonely when you're especially a solopreneur, a person who owns a business that you're the only person in it and you work in your space alone and all your thoughts are, you just have doubts. You would like to have someone to bounce something off of. And even I got some help this morning from a friend. I wanted to triple and quadruple check my link for today for the gift that I'm offering. And I was able to send it to a friend. Can you check this out? She checked on it. Boom. It's working great. Everything's fine. And it's beautiful. And so I designed something that I thought looked pretty good. I am not a graphic artist and I'm not a copywriter. And so my friends in my community would say to me, well, this, you can cut that statement out because what you're trying to say is this, right? What if you say it this way? And just like that, magic happens. And so that's just one tiny little tip of the iceberg of the support that you can get from a community. And sometimes you just need to say to someone, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction. And they may not have the answer, but they have the space to open themselves so you can just talk and breathe. And a lot of times you'll figure it out yourself. You just need someone else and not sitting in your desk, in your office alone where you run your business.
Yeah. Because, sometimes when we're just stuck in our own head, I think it was Einstein that said you can't create a solution to a problem with the same mind that created the problem.
Yeah, here's another, and now this came from my coaches, but I would say to my coaches a few months ago, well, I just need more sales. I don't understand why I'm not making money because I know I have a great product and I know people need it. They know they need it. Mm-hmm. And my coach, who's Nancy, said, okay, so how many sales conversations are you having a month? And she had the pen ready to write down the number that I was going to say. And I said, well, I've been very busy. I'm designing this and I'm creating that. And I've been networking here and there. And like, basically my answer was, I'm not having sales conversations.
I love you, girl. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't realize that I wasn't having sales conversations until I had to really confront that fact in front of someone who cared about me. And it's a simple fact. If you want to sell, you must talk to people about selling your product to them. But I could have stayed stuck in that.
Yeah. So
busy. I was producing things and I was busy and I was worried about my business and thinking about sales a lot and not doing sales. And my community, my coach, brought that to my attention too.
Yeah. And it's easy for us to not see the forest for the trees or something like that. Or
yes, exactly.
That's one of those other cliches out there. And that's why community, and not just any community, a trusted community.
That's right.
For people, like you said, people who care about you, that don't have, the only vested interest is in seeing you succeed.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Automation Nation, which is the community that you've created.
Yes. So we have a fabulous group and we're ready for more exciting people to come into this group with their zone of genius as well. So what we focus on is everything automation. And so that includes your collecting leads into your list. So that's a CRM, which is a client relationship management system. You can be using any system to benefit from Automation Nation. And here's why that works, because all the different platforms that you can use for your CRM, such as MailChimp and HubSpot, and of course, Keep, ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign, they really all do the same things. So for me as the leader of the group, for me to help you with any of those platforms, it would be like me driving a Chevy versus a Ford, or a pickup truck versus a Lamborghini.
Oh, good analogy.
So, right, I can get in, I'll find the button, I'll figure out where the gears are. Mm-hmm. And so with these different software packages, because they all do the same thing, they connect your contacts to you in the world, pretty much. And you use their package to do that. So I can get into your system and say, okay, I'm looking for this button or this particular command. And they may put it in a different place. They may even give it a different name, but we're going to find it. We're going to figure it out and get you going on the right path.
And
Because
let me just say, what we're talking about here is that probably the one area where I see most entrepreneurs struggle is, I've got this great idea. I've got this awesome service. I'm meeting all these people, but I don't know how to get them to buy from me. Or I don't know how to set up my calendar so that they can schedule an appointment with me. And I don't know how to connect my PayPal account to the checkout form on my website. And so not only are you going, feeling so frustrated and overwhelmed, you're also not creating any income. So I love that your community, Automation Nation, is okay. Let's get it done. Nothing should be stopping you from serving the people who need you. And the area where people get stuck is in this whole technology piece.
It is. And it's very intimidating. And there have been times in my life before I learned all this, I was afraid to break it. I was afraid to try something and just start. Some people are clickers. They just start clicking around and they see and learn things. You know who you are.
There's a sweet spot balance between being click happy and being willing to try things. Because sometimes you could click a little too much, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. And so sometimes you end up in a place and you don't even know how you got there. Or you can end up with a result that you don't want. I'm not going to say break it. It's really hard to break your software. But here's the crux of that whole thing is business owners don't have time to meander around and see whatever's there. And the outcome of every minute and every click for them is paramount, because it all equates back to, am I making money or am I not making money right now? Or am I at least moving myself towards making money by the moments and the hours that I'm spending in this software? And that's what I want to help with. So you can spend hours, days, weeks trying to learn how to do this yourself and maybe end up in the right place and maybe not. Whereas if you're in a community like mine, then you're going to go on a straight path in the right direction and much faster.
Yeah. So thank you for creating this and providing such valuable service. And I love what you said earlier, but with the analogy about doesn't matter what kind of car you're driving. It's, they all have the same the end goal is the same.
Exactly.
To develop relationships in an automated way. And use a system to do that, to be able to communicate, to put you in control of the conversation and all of those pieces. One of the things that I know that you're doing is actually creating the shift in the thinking process, right? That's one of the things that because all cars do have the same functionality. It's okay. What's the goal that we're getting to make it connect and click all those different buttons, which is really the key to success as a business owner, is learning to think differently.
It is. Yeah. And when you learn this particular means of thinking differently, then your business can be running and doing certain things in the background while you are also meeting new people, making sales, and creating awareness for your company. Meanwhile, the more clerical tasks that are repetitive are happening for you in the background.
So we're going to open up for questions in just a couple minutes, and I want to ask you this question while others think of what their questions are. So can you suggest what you've called a no lead left behind nurture sequence? So what could that look like inside of an automation system?
Very good question. Okay, so no lead left behind. So you're going to have a sequence of offers for the people who took your free thing. They raised their hand and they said, this is a problem for me and I want this solution. So you're going to take that information and you're going to offer them a low cost item, maybe a pre-recorded masterclass, a mid-price item, maybe a membership or something like that. And then the higher priced item that could be maybe a 4-week course or a 3-month coaching, something like that. And so all of that is going to happen automatically. Now, as you go through that process, some people are going to not opt into the next thing. They're going to fall out of that sequence. So no lead left behind is they fall right into a nurture campaign or a drip campaign. You might have heard it called that, where you just keep in touch with them. You just, over a 6-month period or a 12-month period, you just send them an email periodically. A lot of times we go 1 week at a time. And you stay in touch, you stay top of mind, you let them know how they can benefit and how their life could be better if they're working with you. And you can educate them about your industry, how you got started. It's just a touch. And so I saw that someone put in the chat how many touches we need before somebody's willing to open their wallet and buy from us. And the other piece of that is they might not have been ready when they first saw your offer, but 2 or 3 months from now, they're ready and they're going to see your email and they're going to say, oh yeah, she does that thing and I need that now. So then they'll respond.
And that building of relationships, so thank you for outlining that, because the building of that relationship or that drip campaign or nurture sequence not only serves what you said, that they may not be ready when they first, found you, to make that purchase, to go to that next level, but now you're top of mind. And that's what we all want to do. We want to stay top of mind with the people we've connected with. Let them know about us, let them know our expertise, because maybe they'll need you and maybe 2 or 3 people they know will need you.
That's exactly right. And so you're known before you're needed. And our friend Sherry Martin, So Social Visionary, says that, and it's so perfect for this process.
It sure is. It sure is. All right. Well, let's do this. I'm going to open up and take some questions and comments from our audience today. If you are with us on Facebook and you have a question, you can put your question there. If you're with us on Zoom, you can raise your hand and I will go ahead and open up the line so that you'll be able to share. If you're on your phone, you'll just hit *6 when I call your name or your number. And what I'd like you to do while I set up those tech pieces, my friend, is you have so generously, like, oh my goodness, thank you for giving back to Women's Prosperity Network. You're inviting everyone to come into Automation Nation for free for a whole month. Hello. So tell us, when does it meet? What's it normally cost? Thank you so much for this gift. So let everybody know. I'll put the links in the chat and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So Automation Nation, and again, we have a lot of fun and we learn a lot of stuff. So I host office hours twice a month. It's the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays. And I have 2 different times for my East Coast, West Coast peeps. So the 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern time and the 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you can come to both or just one if that works better in your schedule. And then also when you're in Automation Nation, you have question and answers with me all month long. You send them to me in an email and I answer them as quick as I can. And a lot of times I'll make a video for you and just show you how to do the thing that you're asking about. And so then you have it on video and then we can share it in the group too, of course. Amazing. And we have a LinkedIn support group where all of our members and they can bring their zone of genius. And so we just have conversations going on all the time in that LinkedIn group as well. So, and it's $97 a month. That's the regular price is $97 a month.
And you're gifting it to everybody?
Yes.
Holy guacamole.
Yes.
This community is amazing. And the systems work, the community works. So everyone who's listening, take her free gift. Why would you not? get the answers that you're looking for. So you want to go to, I know we've got several people on the phone. So the link to go to is tinyurl.com/gift cert #1MO. So I'll say it slowly. tinyurl.com/gift cert #1MO. So write this down. GIFTCERT, the #1MO, which stands for gift certificate 1 month. So grab it. Like, thank you. And let's go ahead and take some questions. If you're ready, my friend, I'm going to start with Dr. Roz.
Good morning. You are loved, appreciated, celebrated, valued, and most cherished. My God, mommy Funnel. I like that. I was multitasking, but I got to hear some things that were very pertinent because, after to have had an opportunity to do momentum, hanging with community, I had to just come to realization because I'm actually sitting in front of a mirror whenever I listen to y'all. And the Lord tells me to reflect in the mirror, as that's where we get our strength, because you're talking to us. And I had to face the fact, but my business has not grown because I have been chicken little about the automation. So I feel like I'm not complete. So I'm looking forward to the month. And I think one of my major questions is, like, if we do keep, and then we got all these puzzle pieces and these gears, the thing is, we want to expand and grow to billions, but I don't want to ever have to change. I keep, I hear these stories.
Whoa, Dr. Roz.
Yes.
Dr. Roz, did you just hear yourself?
Yeah, no, but that's not what just get.
No. The only constant in life is change.
Okay.
I don't want to have to change. What if the change is to elevate you to the next level?
Yeah. Well, I was just saying the transparent part of what
I know, honey.
Is a stop. But thank you.
I want to move past that because I had to change. We had for Women's Prosperity Network, we had a huge list of 5,000 or 10,000 or something like that. And then we changed and we switched over to Keep. And it was a little bumpy, I'm not going to lie. And the change really helped us grow to that next level.
Awesome. Well, that was it, just to be transparent of what I had to get a revelation today.
I'm so glad
that to stagnate me. And we do it to ourselves. We can't even do other things in a way.
You voicing it just gave permission to other people to voice it as well. So thank you for your courage and your honesty and your commitment to look in the mirror. Like, I love that, Dr. Roz. To look in the mirror. Okay, what do I need to know today?
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you did. And look at what an answered prayer, Rita, is for you.
Yes. And thank you for your shout outs of love to continue to be in true maturation for change. I love you. I yield the mic. Thanks, Miss Rita. God, mommy.
Thank you, Roz. And when you said that, not wanting to change, it reminded me of a phrase I've heard many times. I'm sure you have, but if you keep doing the same thing you've been doing, you're going to keep getting the same thing you've always gotten. And so that helps me move and take a jump sometimes and leap forward as well.
And the truth of the matter for all of us, I know we're going on a little bit of a tangent about change in general, that we don't really like change. Nobody likes change. I had a mentor one time that said the only people who like change are babies with wet diapers. That's the only time you really want to change, isn't it? And it's also a function of our survival process to not like change, because it's scary. What if it doesn't work? What if and this happens in all different areas of our lives. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go next to Abidel. Good morning. Your line is open, but I can't hear you.
Oh, Abidel. Abby and I have been working together for a few weeks on some of my clients, because she has a tech expertise outside of mine, and we are ideally matched to help clients together. I don't know why we can't hear her.
I'm not sure either.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, that was my mistake. I'm techie and I forgot to turn on my mic.
It happens to all of us. Thank you for being human.
Yeah,
like
that I am. I want to say that for years with my tech, it was don't use the cloud, don't use the cloud, don't use the cloud. And today, there's still an aspect where I don't want to use the cloud. But with Rita's help, I'm opening up to the experience of using the cloud so that I can take advantage of the automation and other services to develop my business further. And it's about time.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Rita.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork. Good. That's awesome. And I love spending time with you at the boot camp we did a couple of weeks ago and getting to know you a little bit. And I love that you're working together. Like, that's what community is all about. Like, we don't have to go through this by ourselves.
No.
There's no reason to. And that's some of the programming we got as kids. Oh, be a big girl, do it all by yourself. Why?
And you know what else? There's a second half of it. When you're a smart person, and we are all smart people if we own a business, when you're a smart person, sometimes you think, I should be able to figure this out. I am a smart person.
You are correct.
But you are not born knowing everything about how to run a business. You're just not.
Especially the tech pieces. Yeah. So get the free month, connect with Abidel as well, because that's the other side of tech that we all want to get support around. So make sure you go to tinyurl.com/gift cert #1 MO, all lowercase. So Abidel, thank you so much for being with us and for jumping into that next level into Rita's community and our community as well. Love it, love it, love it. All right, next up, let's go to Dion. Did you want to ask a question?
Well, I just wanted to say that, one of my challenges have always been technology, and I am a huge risk taker all of my life. I will try something and to at least know what my capacity is. And I also know how to stay in my lane when I find out that's not my area of expertise. And technology is one of them, because I've tried to do many things on my own in order to learn. And if I don't understand it, at least I understand some process so that when someone's communicating with me about something, I can kind of follow where they're going, because we have to also understand what people are saying to us. Because we can lose a lot of money if people do things that we don't know what they're doing and we don't understand what they're saying, So for me,
done that.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. So for me, it is really about, now I am at that space where connectivity and technology is important. I can't get to that next level. So that is something that I definitely.
Awesome.
Oh, I hope we'll see you in the community then, in Automation Nation. You get a whole month free in April, and I think you're going to love it.
Yeah. And let's congratulate you, because you just jumped into Momentum to give that a go.
Yay.
Yes. So excited for you. I know that you came from the sales and marketing boot camp and you applied our system that I teach called Funnelology to put your offers together. And I can't wait to see what happens for you next. Perfect timing. Like you have the perfect storm of resources to meet you at the top, which is where you are, my friend.
Thank you. I am so excited.
Yes, we are too. All right. Again, you want to go to tinyurl.com/gift cert #1 MO. Gift cert #1 MO. And the link is in the chat. And let me go ahead and open up for our next caller, which will be Laura Barker.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh, what an incredible discussion we have had today. And I want to go back to the 7 to 11 touches, because that is probably one of the hardest things a business owner has to do and keep in mind and be consistent about. I know it has been for me, but it's not now, because I rely on Rita and Keep and Automation Nation to keep those touches happening when I don't have to pay attention to it. And I just want to share that the automation, it is mind-blowing what it can do. And so some of you know I was in the hospital a couple times last year. The campaigns and systems that between Rita and Keith and Nancy's guidance too, they kept running while I was in the hospital. I kept getting clients even though I was sick, and I thought my business was just going to shut down, honestly, at one point, but it didn't. And the thing about Rita too is that she was invited, she won't say this maybe, but she was invited to speak at the Keep headquarters in Arizona.
Just this week.
Yeah, exactly. It was last week, right? And so, and they invited her to have a client there with her, so she invited me. I ended up being there by Zoom, but the main point is this: what I learned is that Rita is so unique. We are so lucky to have her in our sphere, because not many Keep partners have the bandwidth, the patience, the kindness, the generosity to really be able to nurture her clients to success. And that has just been, I mean, I already knew that about her, but I didn't know how unique she was. And the other thing she's done, and she's not even mentioned this, guys, but she has some programs that you really should get in conversation with her about if you want some funnels started. She has a program called Fun Fast Funnels, and oh my goodness, I'm a part of that, and it is amazing because she just puts you on autopilot. How cool is that, right?
Yeah, and that's so stellar. And yes, Rita, Keep is a huge organization. I have no idea how many certified partners they have, probably well over 1,000, I would imagine, probably something like that. And they called her and said, hey, would you come in and let all the other certified partners and the people at our company know what you're doing? You're having such great success. Will you share with us? And she did. and I
said, yes, ready.
Yeah, because you were yes ready.
I said yes.
And interestingly, my connection at Keep, who's Darren Adams, he was at that training, and he sent me an email about Rita that she knocked it out of the park. And Rita knocked it out of the park. Like I want you all listening in here to echo what Laura said. This is not just any person showing up to be your godmother and your guide for automation. She is unique and will, like we like to say, love you to success. So good. Okay. Laura, thank you. Thank you. And I had a question in the chat and the comments on Facebook. I want to call out to you. Anya asks, what is your favorite system to use for campaigns?
Well, my favorite system is Keep. And that system, the name Keep is KEAP, keep everything all in one place. So it beats all over the place, where you have your calendar here and you have your emails here and your landing pages are building over there and you're sending text from this. It's all in one place. And for the benefits that you get, the features that are in that system and the price, you can't beat it in the market. And I feel like it's very user-friendly compared to some other ones as well.
For sure. Awesome. Let's go to Barbara Johnson.
Yay. Hi, Barbara.
Hello, hello. So I have to say that Rita is one of my favorite people, because I'm tech savvy, kind of. Well, I'm not necessarily. It took me a year and a half to go virtual with my business when it was shut down by the pandemic. So I can't say I'm really tech savvy. But I am clicky. And so I get in and click and click and click and click. But I got Keep and hadn't a clue. It was sitting there not doing anything. I didn't even have contacts in it because I didn't know what I was doing. And Rita opened up her Automation Nation and I went, will this really help? And she's like, I'll show you how to do things. I'm like, okay, jumped in and literally I've now gone from no contacts in there to I've got a little over 200, almost 300 contacts in there. I've got a funnel set in place and she is just amazing because I come to these Automation Nations and I go, okay, I've got this funnel set up, but it's not doing anywhere near what I want it to do. What am I doing wrong? And she lets me share my screen, talks me through it, shows me how to do it. Automation Nation, if you guys don't try the month free, you're crazy, because she gives so much value. Literally, I've got funnels in place and it works. It's like one thing gets bought and then they get these little emails saying thank you for buying, and these are other things, and it's all automated behind the scenes, and it's just fantastic. So definitely, Funnel Godmother, got to try it.
And Barbara, you know what? You brought up a very good point. When you have a funnel in place, you get new appointments on your calendar, new sales in your money in your bank account, and new leads coming in all the time. And Laura's story demonstrated that she was still getting new leads, converting them to clients, even though she was in the hospital.
Yeah. And in a perfect, let's look at that a little deeper. What if you want to go on vacation? Like I'm going on vacation tomorrow, and I've got my funnels in place that will continue to bring in sales and leads and all of that stuff. Like that's freedom, my friends.
Yeah. I had another client that got invited to speak in London. And she said, yes, ready. Absolutely. She already had her automation all set up and running her business. So she said, well, listen, I'm going to be in London. And from doorstep to get there, speak and get home was about a week. And she said, well, I want to see something while I'm over there. I'm in Europe. So she wanted to do maybe a week or two just to see something. And she was able to do all that, and her business continued to run. And so it doesn't have to be if you're sick. It can be if something fantastic happens, opportunity comes up, you can be yes ready, and you can say, I'll do it. And your business is going to run in the background.
Beautiful, beautiful. Such good stuff. And we're coming up towards the top of the hour. So if you have a question or comment, go ahead and raise your hand or hit *6 if you're on the phone, or put your question in the comments or chat. And I'm going to go to Barbara Ellison.
Hi. One of the things for me is Rita has really helped me streamline who I am. I am not an email girl. And it's just, and I was really feeling down on myself and just about email. Rita showed me through the automation how to be a text girl, which I am. And so that's one of the beauties of having automation that suits you. The thing is is that I'm a little bit like you, Nancy. I'm a little click happy, and Rita will go like, no, Barb, stop. Yeah, no, don't do it yet. Yeah. And the hand holding has been absolutely amazing to just take me by the hand, Barbara, click here. Don't click there, click here. And now I have an automated text thing that I can do. And the other day I sent out my health tip of the week, and it was touch of the button, and out it went to my texts. So it's absolutely, and the tech, of course, the automation nation is just amazing, because we all learn from everybody. Even if you're not bringing something, even if you don't have something to work on, you'll find something else. Oh, I can work on that. So take advantage of the freebie.
Beautiful. Thank you. And good for you, my click happy comrade. I'm like, oh, let me do this. I feel you, girl. I'm ready to go. I think we're A-type personalities. We just want to keep going, right?
Yeah. And I'll mention something too, is Barbara as a perfect example. And I teach her and I say, click here, click there. And the next time we get on the phone together, she says, wait, watch, I can do this myself. And she is learning. So really the best thing that a consultant or someone like me can do is put myself out of a job, right? Teach you so well that you can do it without me. But what really happens is you find more and more interesting and deeper, more complicated things you want to do. So we do continue to work together, but you don't always need me in your ear when you learn from me, because you'll be able to do it yourself as well.
Yeah. Teaching to fish, right? And coming back to the power of community, that's where you learn, like there's these levels. Like, I know what I know what I don't know. And then there's this other realm of all the things that I don't know that I don't know. Right. And that's where community and being in Automation Nation opens up. Oh, I didn't know it could do that. Yeah, if you do it that way, then you can go to Europe and have money coming in while you're gone. I didn't know that was even possible. So join Automation Nation. Jump in. Go to tinyurl.com/gift cert #1 MO. Gift cert #1 MO. Funnel Godmother, what else can you tell me? Will you grant us more wishes today? You did so many already.
Well, I'll tell you that here's the thing I love about being the Funnel Godmother is I don't make wishes come true, but I can turn your goals into results and teach you how to do the same thing. And I love that because it's empowering. So if I could just walk along and grant wishes, that wouldn't really help you very much at all.
But turning your goals into results. Mic drop. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rita, and your generous gift of giving everyone here a month in Automation Nation. Like, if you have felt the shackles of technology holding you back, you just got set free. So jump in. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this Wow Wednesday. You know we'll be back next week. Be sure to check out also our invitation for you to jump in to Momentum and give it a go. We only open up once per quarter, and your best life, biggest impact, and greater income is right around the corner. So make sure that you reach out to us or go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/course-momentum, and you'll see this really special program we put together just for you. So have a great day, everyone. Get out there and make it a wow day. Bye, everyone. Bye, Rita.